Hello, Governor. Welcome to Children of the Most High, everybody. I guess there she goes. She's not frozen. Get it,
No,
girl.
I pushed all the buttons early. That's how long it takes. So, well, hello, children of the Most High. Welcome to our show. And of course, welcome all our audience. But what's up, Roxy?
What's
Roxy.
up? What's up? I will be partially in the background as the third wheel tonight. Welcome, Ryan. I've never met you before, other than the total of 3.5 minutes we've spoken earlier. So
I thought that was all very lovely, by the way.
lovely, by the way. Yes, it was.
So, this is one of my besties, too. This is Ryan. He's like my older brother. We're nerds. We love hats, although I'm not letting him wear his hat tonight because I just did his hair and gave him an updated look that he needed. And
Check the comments. I might upload a picture of the before, and you'll be shocked.
But I'm going to let Ryan tell him, you guys a little bit about himself. And one of the main reasons I wanted to bring him on tonight is he is what we call a really good middle ground guy. He has been following up on all the mainstream stuff, looking at the side of the everyday American, and of course has his opinions of it. He's a very intelligent man and of course knows there's shenanigans afoot. But, again, very skeptical middle ground guy, gives you an idea of more of what the general public has to say about these things and how they feel a little bit better. So we know how best to walk around these things or to plant our seeds of knowledge of the truth so that to everyday people who may not really be down all the rabbit holes we are on an everyday basis. So, and this is it's not like a downplay on this view in any way, shape, or form, but I just thought it would be good.
You may have more of your sanity left than we do at this point. So there's a win-win.
Right.
I may or may not. Who knows? Time will tell. So yeah, some of the conversations that Shannon and I have had have really opened up my eyes, and she has said things that later on became black and white true. In official documents, testimony, and in important events. And we just had a very important event with Congress being released all of these files, and then immediately after Pam Bondi coming in as Attorney General and essentially capitulating to what previous Attorney Generals would fear to do, because the consequence of an Attorney General doing these things wind you up in prison. So I'm happy to be here. I'm a 20-year comedian. I've been a senior analytics consultant for 23 years. I'm with the Fortune 500 bank. And I've primarily dealing with foreclosure and default. And also, I'm a comedian that I'm doing stand-up now, but I've also starred in a movie, and I was a founding member of a group called the Swinging Johnson Brothers, who performed improv comedy for a decade in Riverside. Yeah. There you go. That's kind of my story. Also, I got a really cool haircut. That's the best I got.
Welcome.
Thanks. Welcome. I'm done. Talking for a minute. Please continue. You guys are
and
great.
He is a father.
I'm a dad.
A really awesome kid.
Yeah. Max,
yeah.
Probably shouldn't say his name out loud. But he did call while I was recording, so I think it's okay.
Well, just a straight out the gate. Have you awared him of any of our lexicon workaround words?
I have a bit. Somewhat.
If you slip up, don't worry about it, because I went completely off the rails this morning for 57 minutes and said every word there was out loud.
I'll just do it. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. We good?
That'll be the.
We good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the signal.
We're not too worried about it because we get loud anyway, because that's part of our problem.
Yeah.
We
So,
when Shannon and I FaceTime, we actually greet our FBI guy who's probably listening to us. We tell him we hope he has a wonderful day. That's where we're at in life.
hope you have the day you deserve.
Absolutely. And I hope they pay you more for the job you probably do because civil servant pay sucks. By the way, my kid, they're going to pop her for PTO time for the incident. That's her fault with a write up. We'll talk about it later, but I'll remind you. But anyway,
That's not good.
so where would you like to start on what?
So Roxy has been the Roxy bad booty that she is, and has just been down throughout all of these Epstein files, like going nuts, looking at a lot of the stuff that not everybody's looking at. So I figured, since you were kind of looking at some new stuff, you've already put out some stuff earlier of what you had recently discovered, but if you kind of do a little recap and then show some of the other stuff, and then we can get Ryan's
Okay.
take on that and what you
Well,
know.
I will give you the compressed, hold on to your seat, buckle up buttercup
I'm gonna
edition.
turn my camera off for a moment so we can just focus on what you're saying.
Yeah, and you may not want to see the shock and horror on his face as I spit this out.
What's this bad?
Um, well, I decided I would go down the medical side. I know what's been happening to the children, and that makes me really mad, and I scream really loud about it on here. So I have decided to set that side of it down. We're aware of that. We know what was going on with the trafficking. Gonna set that over there. So I decided I would take these files and try to pull some type of medical expertise out of them because this dude was communicating with the heads of research teams at Harvard, MIT, Stanford, all these big pharma companies everywhere. He had his fingers in everything. First off, on the money trail, you have to take and follow the money from the foundations, which are created in all of these evil monsters' names and groups. They fund the research at the colleges. Well, then you follow the research information back to Jeffrey and his little friend Billy Boy, the monsters. They then take that information and they use it in some way to benefit them. But there's another step in the money trail. I'm going to take you back to 5 or 6 years prior to the pandemic. There was funding going on probably 10 years prior to that from foundations to these colleges, and they were funding mRNA research. Well, the best I can figure, not only did they fund the mRNA beforehand, they've probably seeded some of old Jeffrey or Billy Boy's DNA itself into the mRNA that
Well,
the foundations funded the colleges. They used 23andMe to track you down from it. He's trying to reseed the population with his own seed. They literally created the mRNA, then they created a pandemic to administer the mRNA sticky pokey, and they hedged the financial bets before the pandemic so that they could make billions of dollars off of the pharma companies that were going to give out the sticky pokey. And everybody will have a little Jeffrey by their side. Just saying. Bad song, but you know.
mm, no.
Well, that's not how mRNA works. Like, it doesn't break you down and make you more like him. I
No,
Oh
know
no,
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 Jim
no,
no,
no. They
no, 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 no.
there's so much more that goes to it. There's cloning and stem cells and telomere caps, and we're talking millions and billions of dollars sent to these colleges to research different things. And there's about 100 different puzzle pieces that bring you in there. But
you
oh
get good
Jeffrey,
science off of that, though, right?
yeah, there's some good science in there. I've actually found some stuff like where they were doing some Alzheimer research and some green tea stuff where they could reverse Alzheimer's. They were actually screwing with telomere caps on our DNA strands to try to create immortality. Or the actual comment in the email is that we think we can do it without giving said person immortality, which means you know how to do it. You're just going to refrain from giving it to that person.
They've been searching for that for a long time, but no one's pulled it off yet, as far as I've known.
Oh,
This
go
is
look at the emails. They've been playing with the
this
telomere
is
caps for a
Well, they've been
minute.
trying, but I mean, there was a billionaire that did this, and then
So-
he eventually had to give up because it wasn't working.
Well, why would they tell you it was working? They've
right.
known it's been working.
I don't think it's working. I mean, these people are gonna die. I mean, so far,
Ryan,
immortality has been proven 100% wrong.
Listen.
hang on 1 second. Go ahead. I'm gonna pull up one image
All right.
and I'm gonna show you something. There is so much more to all of this.
Am I doing this too much?
While everyone is in shock over all of the other stuff that
Yeah.
we've talked about for so long, right? About the children and the eating of stuff
And them being in the
and
cabinet.
all of those things, right?
Okay.
Nobody's really been paying attention to all the other main offshoots that Epstein and all these other names were parts of. They were parts of very big, giant scientific discoveries, and they had the funding and the backing with all these people who had the blackmail on them, right? To pull these things off. This is all in secret, right? This is not out in the public. How long has it taken to get even this information out in the public? Yeah, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
Let's see.
All white people
I
look
don't
the
know
same.
what. There you go.
Stop it.
Okay. Can you see the presentation on the screen?
It's not a race car.
That was a race car.
Is it? Oh, dang. Oh, well. Well, in that case, hey, the hair matches the color on both sides. That's for 100%. Both sides of that bill look sad.
Yeah. A little.
Okay, I don't think I have
So
any.
wait, I can't hear you, Roxy.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I
Yes.
can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay.
So explain, Roxy.
Well,
What
if
is it?
if you're looking at people who are evil enough to be sacrificing the blood of unformed fetuses directly out of the uterus, and this is one thing that I found in emails. They make comments that you can only sell a drug once, but you can sell a child forever. And there are ships being embargoed and blocked coming out of the is it real state that were full of this chrome stuff. There was enough of it that it said it would have taken 100,000 children to make it, and Russia blocked the shipment. And I'm gonna give you a piece of information about old Pam Bondi right quick. When she went to the congressional hearing the other day, everybody in there was handed a laptop with unredacted files on it, with a login. It was a secure laptop with nothing loaded but unredacted files.
Mhm.
Each one of them was given the laptop and they were told they could take it, go search it, go look at it so you know what we're looking at, right?
Mhm.
You know why she done that, don't you? And I'm not taking old Pam's side. I don't know exactly what she's done because I haven't been looking at the hearings, but there was tracking software on there.
Yeah.
So when each one of them logged in, instead of going and looking at the crimes, they went and searched their own self to see if they were in there or the people that they were protecting. So now they have a tracking record of everybody there and what they were trying to find to see if it was in the files.
Yeah, I heard that reported. How it's been described to me is that congressmen and women can't. There's a limited number of terminals, and they rent a room, and it's only open Monday through Friday between the hours of X and X. And I think it's like a full work day almost, but like you have to schedule time to go in. And yeah, I have heard it's an official statement. They are recording what the Congress people are looking up.
Well, see, for about 24 to 48 hours, these Congress people were not smart enough and weren't slick enough to know that every keystroke was being
I
logged.
think they're doing that across the board with anyone looking up anything.
But we also have people who are in there looking at stuff who look like they're walking zombies already, so they're not going to be smart enough to not look up their buddies and their friends.
I looked at my congressman.
Oh, I've looked up everybody.
Yeah.
I look up chemical names. I look up diseases. I look up body parts. I look up keywords, stem cell, clone, hospital, lab, equipment purchases. This man bought a tanker load of stuff to dispose of bodies, acid.
Acid. Yeah, the acid stuff.
Sulfuric acid.
They're explaining that away by saying it was an agent that's commonly used to clean pools, and they had obviously an Olympic-sized pool there because it's
Full crap.
Billionaire
What
Island.
about the jerky?
Oh, yeah.
Bring
See,
up the
there's
jerky.
Yeah, there's lots of jerky references out there. They reference jerky as much as they reference pizza and hot dogs. Um, the jerky. There are emails where he's communicating with somebody else, and he's basically saying that while he's away from home and he can't consume his regular diet, which we all know is children, that I'm not cutting no words. I mean, this is what
Yeah.
it is. I mean, as we've seen from my shirt today, my brain runs way slower than my mouth does. But
There's a
anyway,
reason why they haven't released 3 million documents.
yeah, because the horrors in there are going to stop the hearts of men, and it tells you that in the Bible. And the only way this ever comes to fruition, okay, if this is what we keep trying to break to the public, is that this is not just wealthy billionaires playing Monopoly. These are evil, demonic deities which people worship and have been worshiping since the dawn of time. And these people are trapped. These evil, demonic people are trapped on this earth and will reincarnate within their bloodline. This is why they are incestuous, and this is why they set up generational wealth. Because if you already know that this is the way that system works and you're coming back, you're going to set up money and knowledge in these secret societies. So you've got to step up to take over. And let's say that the last time you was here, you was a Andrew Jackson and you worked for the government. Well, this time when you come back, you didn't want to be that no more. So you're going to be a Hugh Hefner. You're going to be a Playboy bunny. You're going to have an island. But what you don't see is that island and that ranch is nothing more than window dressing. That is nothing more than an interior decorator's picture for you to take, because the big part is up underground. There are hospitals, there are labs, there are cloning facilities.
There's
There are hundreds of statements of girls being told where they're tied down to tables, and at 6 months into pregnancy, the baby is literally snatched out of their uterus to be harvested for stem cells.
baby farms.
These are horrors beyond imagine.
Well, I can speak to what happened in Congress.
Okay.
Congressmen and women were granted access to being able to see the inside of one level of redaction that the government let out. And that was enough in order to where, in my opinion, and I'm not a legal expert here, but it seemed like Pam Bondi was saying out loud that we are hot, like they didn't even know. She didn't say anything out loud. The commenter there is right. All she did was want to talk about how good the economy is doing, because she can't speak to anything that actually is going on this other thing. But sorry.
No, I have a question.
Yeah.
When watching all of this, do you find this to be more, like, in your perspective, some kind of well, what's the word I'm looking for? Distraction from what really is going on. So it's like a big drama type thing being played out in your face to distract from
they said
what
it
is really needing to be talked about.
They said this is part of their strategy in official memos that they circulated. I think it's in the Project 2025 paperwork.
So here's my point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is when they're throwing so much trauma and distraction in your face,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to follow something. It's frustrating because things don't, they get thrown off to the side. How willing are you to keep digging, or do you just say, you know what, I'm over it. I'm done with this because it's too much for my brain.
I don't think anyone in America is ready to be done with it. I think that's why it's a hard thing for them to let go. That's why Congress was forced to release what they did. And that's why Congress is digging through what's going on right now. And we need to get more.
So you think, in your opinion, that the general public is ready for all of this? You think that this is actually going to impact the way they view how the government is? Or is it going to end up all in the end blowing over and becoming more of a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yesterday's news.
Right. So you end up becoming just what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with the C, guys. Not compliant, but like you know what I mean. Just you're over it.
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing right now is an increase in social tension across the country.
Morning.
And the flashpoints right now are stuff like the ICE raids in Minneapolis and Los Angeles and across the United States. Those are the flashpoints, but I think a part of what is the back burner behind that is the fact that we want the real information, and we also acknowledge that this is a distraction. This is made up nonsense.
Well, why do you think that everything is playing out all at once so hard when all of this stuff had been brought up throughout the years, but people just passed it off, threw it off to the side? But now that it's all being thrown at you at once, how do you think that's going to end up playing out? Like, do you honestly think that once all the drama and chaos is over and people get back to a somewhat, there's not going to be a new normal. I mean, it's all a new normal, right? That's stupid saying. But to go back to life, right? To go back to whatever it is, do you think they're going to end up just being compliant with everything? Just, whatever. I guess the elites have to eat people to do their thing. Like,
I don't know.
that they're gonna be like, lynch these guys, and we're gonna see like a full on like mass execution on them. Like, what do you think the people are gonna do? Because I know you can see the general public and how it's rolling out.
I had a friend once tell me, at some point, every worker is going to realize those rich guys live off of us. So a massive strike. Well, we've done it historically, repeatedly.
Which
anytime that there's a concentration of wealth so disparaging to everyone else that everyone knows.
Who has been historically behind every revolt?
Citizens.
Are you sure about that? Like the French Revolution or the Bolsheviks.
Yes, both of those were citizen revolts.
Rothschild.
They were backed by the Rothschild. Well, they were good for humanity. It was a terrible upside down thing.
Both of those.
Well, which revolution of those would you say were bad for humanity?
Do you not see how like the construct is we're gonna take one guy out, and then the next thing you know, they put in some guy that they like.
No, it's just I think that the French Revolution was good for the French people. It was needed, and I could see them doing it naturally. So I am that guy.
All right. No, this is what I'm asking.
Yep.
So revolt.
I could see it being funded by.
How do you see this playing out though, without it going into civil unrest?
Well, thankfully, in the United States, we have an election every year, and it is a mini revolution. We can replace the people in charge with people that are responsible and we can trust.
So you still believe that
You can trust the system.
you can trust the system?
No, I trust people.
But
And
people don't run the system. The baby eaters
but,
do.
no, it's so.
I'm sorry, this is not something to laugh at, but that was, you just threw that out there, girl.
Well, I mean, we're just having a friendly conversation. I mean, the bees, we're going to call them the baby eaters. The bees.
Okay.
The bees.
The bees. Racine.
Hive mind.
The bee's knees. Okay.
The bees.
The beehive mind.
Oh,
okay,
man.
but I mean, they're also people,
Giving him such a hard time,
right?
Sorry.
Well, no. I mean, I want this to be an aggressive conversation, so to speak. And listen,
I'm great.
Friend. I constantly drill him like this nonstop,
and we've
so
never
this is
argued.
Normal.
Yeah, this is fine.
I promise
yeah.
you guys.
This is not shoot.
I'm not an arguer. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
I want to hear your point of view.
We're just, you know what? We're discussing slightly different opinions. It's not even an argument. It's a discussion.
Absolutely. Conversation.
Yes. Part of the system who know less about. Yeah. Well, it's not about how good of a politician these people are. I mean, if we're talking in the context of what we're talking about, demon baby eaters, then let's just say, why don't we pick someone who is active in the community that shows their proof to you in person in some way? That's how they gain faith.
How do we get a normal person?
Okay, well, let me give a follow the money. All right, we're gonna say that Joe.
This is what you're good at.
All right, well, let's follow the money. Joe is going to run for county council. Joe runs for county council.
Yep.
Joe's all good. Now, this is something I can attribute this to locally where I live at. Okay. Joe runs for county council, but all his friends are investors. Well, those said investors are putting money in the pocket of representatives and senators up at the state capitol. Well, those said senators at state capitol, they've got aspirations. They want to be governors. You know, they want to be in Congress. They want to be secretaries and treasurers and vice presidents and presidents. And the higher they climb, the more people they have in their pocket. And for every dirty rock you put in your pocket, you get heavier. And when you're a county councilman and you want to go up there and be a representative or a senator, and all of a sudden somebody says, well, hey, I'll give you $10,000 for your campaign, but when this bill comes up, I need you to vote my way. Well, it doesn't seem that much to begin with, but they bought your vote. And that's how it starts. And that's how you get puppets all the way to the top. And so what you do is you invite them to a birthday party where there's some pretty girls there that look like they're 18, but you know, you're a 60-year-old dude and here's a 20-year-old supermodel. Looks like she's trying to climb all over you. Well, you wake up tomorrow not remembering anything and come to find out she was a 15-year-old high school girl. Bam, got you on tape. You're going to do what I say to do or I'm going to expose you. Welcome to Epstein Island.
I didn't know I was invited. I didn't know. I looked up my name. It's not on there. Well, it is, but it's some guy in Texas. Okay, it's not me. I'm not in Texas. I've barely been to Texas. Have you looked at your own name?
Not under that.
No. How about you, Roxy? Have you looked at yourself on the Epstein list?
I don't need to know if I was transported there as a child. I already know enough of my past.
They've already got me in a catalog somewhere.
Yeah.
The thing you described can be solved through legislation and smart politicking. If we got money, private money out of politics, it would like just make it if you're running for county and you get enough signatures, you get this much money to run. And you can't spend a dime out there, and we're going to track every dime.
Well, this is still where you're You believe in the system.
I feel like the system can fix itself because it's us. It's a democracy.
This
We
hasn't
can
been
vote
this
in.
hasn't been a democracy since the mid 1800s. It's a corporation.
Well, the first thing that's going to have to happen when we're talking about local Joe running for county council, first off, Joe might look like a good dude, and he might be the gym teacher. He might coach little league. He's a dad. He goes to church twice a week.
Never
You
went
know,
to
he's a deacon of the church. Well, let me explain to you what I know about the preacher of the church. As a teenager, I watched a preacher of the church have an affair with the deacon's wife, who was his wife's best friend.
Yep.
I've seen the gym teacher be the pedo. I've seen all of this stuff. So
The head of the United States Gymnastics is in jail because he was exactly that.
right. I mean, we've got all kind of people that are coming up on charges, and you're seeing it's the local football coach, and it's people you would have never assumed may be connected or tied to this. So there's only one solution for this, and a lot of people probably are not going to like what I'm fixing to say. And I said it this morning: the system must crumble. And the only way to make that system crumble is to make a big enough scene that anybody who is stupid enough to put their hands on our children in the future, they understand that it will be off with their head.
The
The
only
only way to kill a monster is to sever the monster. And you
the,
have to do it from the roots up.
the only thing though is this is a planned thing. This is all of this has to die, right? For the new to begin, for the reset. And when we see this happen, this is when we really got to be in prayer, because the next step is like the Hunger Games on crack, guys. It's like the whole new world order thing, which is why they're breaking down this system to begin with, is not what I choose to want to be into. So this is the part where in my experience, it in essence it can look like it's a really good thing, but this has been a plan for so long to completely eradicate the old to bring in the new. And I know everybody knows the NWO. It's been spouted out by all these demons in our faces all our lives.
Well, the only way to make people stop being monsters is you either kill the monster or you make the monster fear death. Because there is I don't even know how to explain it. This thing runs so deep and so dark and so corrupt. And everything that Shannon and I can tell, every time genetic manipulation starts, the world is reset. Every single time. This ain't the first time. It won't be the last time. But you're not supposed to mess with God's creation. He made this. It was perfect in every way. And these little demons all the time trying to mess with what he made and trying to be like him, and then the monsters pop up and bam, you just gotta flood the whole world to kill the monsters.
I had a question for Ryan. What do you know about pre-flood times? Like, what do you believe in before? I know you know the story of Noah and all of those things. Are you familiar with the Book of Enoch at all? Are you familiar with any of the mentions in Genesis about giants in those days? And what do you know about all of that? I'm just curious.
I have a corporate, probably sanitized version of it, but essentially every culture has a story of a huge flood that reset the whole world. Scientifically, they found evidence like the world does that. We've had huge floods, like climate changing, life change, like world changing flooding. So that all the scientific part all checks out. The reset, totally. I mean, it probably happened. There had to have been some like really serious flooding that most of mankind experienced, and they all wrote it down.
Okay, Shannon, I need the unicorn question asked.
Do it, girl.
I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to give me a description of exactly what comes to mind when I say this word. I want you to give me a, as simplistic as possible description of what you see in your mind's eye when I say this.
Okay.
Unicorn.
My mom's favorite animal.
Well, what does it look like?
What does it look like?
It's a horse with a horn.
Who said?
The people who drew it and then called it a unicorn.
If unicorns don't exist, how did they draw that? Where did it come from? If they're just mythical creatures.
I've heard a version of it. It's translated from narwhals in some way. They would take a narwhal tusk and claim it was part of a unicorn, and then snake oil salesmen would travel around and say it was a thing. That's what I've heard.
Okay. Dinosaurs in museums. Who said that's what they look like?
The paleontologists that assemble skeletons based on the best of their knowledge. I know that the brontosaurus didn't ever exist. They got it wrong. They admitted it. Science is great that way.
All right. Well, your homework for tomorrow, Ryan, is I want you to go look up the skeletal structure of an ostrich and a T-Rex.
They're almost identical.
And you're gonna figure out that them little arms on the front, them little T-Rex arms, those are not arms, baby doll. Them is what held his glorious wings.
Oh, that'd been cool.
Every T-Rex you see constructed in a museum is not made of bones. That is plaster all day long. There were no T-Rexes. Those were dragons. These mountains you see, Devil's Tower, places like that, these flat top mountains, that's not rock. That's tree.
Ancient tree stems. And so a lot of these mountains that you think are mountains are really giants. Like actual 100.
Himalayan.
I never got to the Enoch part. Yeah, I know a little.
Okay, so tell me about Enoch.
I know very little. I know that it reads like a Tolkien novel. Like, there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on, and
there's no.
But it was presented to you in such a way that it seems so outlandish that there's no way that could have ever been true, right? It was fairy tale-ish.
Yeah.
Like Asgard and Thor and things of that nature that you've seen in movies.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I read Genesis and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well now you understand that the baby eaters are not, they've been in control of the books for a long time. And the parts that were in the KJV version of the Bible was edited by the BEs. And all of the religious books before that were edited, redacted by BE and all of his friends from centuries and centuries ago. So all of the things they left out of the Bible, which is a lot, was all of the supernatural stuff that was left out on purpose so that you didn't know, as a creation of God, the powers that were invested and endowed in you by the Creator himself. Because if they gave you all those books, you would figure out what is within you. Because I can promise you right now, you can pull a King James version. I don't care if it's Methodist, if it's Baptist, wherever it come from. There are verses in that Bible that are missing. You've looked at that Bible your whole life. What is it? Is it Matthew 17:21? I think it is, Shannon.
The one where it said it skips out on the fasting.
If you look at it, the verses in the Bible go 19, 20, 22, 23. You've never even noticed you skipped over 21. Because in 21, Jesus tells you how to heal your body. It's a very simple verse, but none of these books have it unless you go back and find a really old original version. It says the way to heal yourself is through fasting and prayer. When any man in the Bible of great stature came within trouble, he isolated himself and went into the desert or the wilderness or whatever for 40 days and 40 nights. He fasted and he prayed. He healed his mind and his body. They left that stuff out on purpose. Would
Think
you like to blow Ryan's mind with the autistic children?
Oh, well, I think you are actually more of an expert on that department than me. So I would love for you to blow his mind on that one.
Well, there are a set of tapes, Ryan, that you should listen to. It's a podcast. It's called Telepathy Tape. Everything in this world is frequency and vibration. It all runs off of that. Everybody has their own vibration. All that stuff from the 70s about auras and your vibes and all of that. And they made it out that it was just a woo-doo, hoo-woo, and you was looking through a crystal ball and you was a mirror. That too was a lie. Much like marijuana. They told you it was a demon. It was not. That was all for financial control.
Fun fact, real quick. Ryan is the person I had filming the experiments that we did at the U of R U of R in Riverside. We did cymatic experiments ourselves to see what the whole thing was all about. I made them all come and do it with me, my husband and our friend Josh and and Ryan, and we made him film it. I still have some of those videos.
I have them all.
I just wanted to express that he was a witness that there was this one point where we added food coloring to the mix of this cornstarch and water that we had on subwoofer, stereo speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were playing some like EBM kind of music, and everything looks like this beautiful kaleidoscope of colors. And it looks like you're looking at a bird's eye view of like a festival going on and like people dancing, but it's really just this substance. So it looks like it's, this claymation thing happening right in front of your face. And then we put on, was it Master and Puppets? Yeah. And we put on a song by Metallica, and within a split second, it turned pitch black. And it literally looked like you were watching this scene from hell where like this big giant like mountain is building and things are popping off everywhere and everything's colliding into each other. And it was insane, but it turned pitch black within a second. And the first thing I thought of was like, oh my God, is that what my insides are looking like right now? So, okay. I just wanted to say he at least was there to witness this cymatics phenomenon in person.
Yeah, it was wild.
Everything they knew about technology has been turned against us, and they've known about this technology for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they try to fly up under the wire, and they try to manipulate genetics and things of that nature. And it seems that every time they really start screwing with genetics, we have to be reset. But one of the biggest things is we as humans don't understand what we're capable of. You've seen all these movies for years, and they're propaganda. That's all they are. Because all these people writing and producing these movies, they visit islands. They all in cahoots. Just so everybody knows. All them dirty, no good sons of biscuit eaters all go to the same baby eating island.
I always complain since the 90s. Since I saw Eyes Wide Shut, the movie, I was like, what the hell? I'm pretty cool. I've never gotten invited to a cool, crazy, sex, naked woman party. What the fuck? I haven't even been in
language, man. Language.
You lexicon.
Lexicon. I got called out. Okay, I'm in timeout. I apologize to everyone.
You're not in timeout. You just can't say the F-bomb.
If I picked any time,
he's new, guys.
That's the one time I wanted to drop it. I'm done.
You're good.
Thank you. I'm done. I've never been invited to any of those.
I mean,
yeah, I'm lucky. I feel blessed. But until now, I thought, I was like, what?
Just left out.
I just looked. Am I ugly? Am I ugly?
Maybe they just looked at you and knew you didn't have the appetite for their destruction.
Oh, I definitely didn't have an appetite for any destruction, but still, though, some of that movie looked like it could have been fun. I'm
All
so
of it
sorry.
Years.
I'm not. Is this not? This is not the audience for
This
that.
is his go-to is comedy.
Oh,
when
yeah,
he's
I'm being
getting,
defensive.
when he's getting.
Oh, Cat Williams dropped his
flustered.
new episode last night. I
Oh
love
yeah.
Cat Williams. Wrestling parties. Keep on with yourself there, Big E. I heard you, big boy.
Wrestling
my
Punch is
gosh.
good.
Well,
Hollywood is full of PDF files.
Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it. I think it's
Well,
a lot.
just imagine if they've got some idea or some tech. Okay, all right. We'll explain it this way: the court jester. All right, Shannon and I had a conversation about this morning, and we put a whole nother piece to that. We talked about the other day how in ancient times, kings and queens, they had court jesters for entertainment. Well, they entertained the court. The court was their people that communicated with other communities, their congressmen, their senators, whatever. That was their court. And they had a court jester. Well, the court jester was the comedian who made the jokes, and he made them just crude enough to see how the court was going to react. So it was a temperature gauge for whatever the king or queen was trying to get done. Let's say that they wanted to start, they wanted to add more tax, or, they were going to start taxing donkeys if you bought one. So the jester starts telling a joke about, did y'all hear what the queen's going to do? She's going to start taxing you for every jackass you own. All right. Did the people get upset? Did they revolt? How did they react? It is the exact same thing as a meme being put out on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere else, and then gauging the reaction of the public. Memes are nothing more than the court jester now to know how the temperature of the public is.
It's conditioning. That is the
Yes.
word I have been looking for this whole dang show.
Conditioning.
Conditioning.
The hairdresser couldn't remember the word conditioning tonight,
Oh,
folks.
for heaven's sakes.
Right now, we're dealing with our jesters being silenced. We have Kimmel getting canceled and then brought back because the person in charge of our government didn't like what he said. And the king doing that is a change of the jester thing. It's a change of the jester. Like the jester should exist and be able to make fun of the king. That is the exact reason why that guy existed back then and why they need to exist now. And silencing them is a crime. Silencing them is a crime. Colbert, Kimmel, all of them.
Do you consider
Stephen Colbert can go fly somewhere
sometimes? I'd be happy to get the title of court jester if I can look at the king and tell him, "You look like a fool." Then yeah, I'll take that job. What? I know it's not the best part, but I can help other people. I can use the jester title in order to assist humanity to improve.
I'm going to show you the new court jester.
Oh man, that's Castro. Is that Castro? It looks like Castro.
This is the
Trump no
page, whatever that he
Oh, nice.
All the AI
Who did this? Probably you, because you're posting it. If he's reposting it, then he's giving it the attention of the White House. Come on, idiot.
He does. Don't even. This is his court jester account. A jester is the tool of the king. Well,
actual of the court. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Snowball. I get it, but I would serve as a jester that would enlighten the public.
You'd be our jester.
I'd be a jester of the people.
Yeah. Not the king.
Like Chaucer. That wasn't. I mean, he as a famous writer, he made fun of everybody. and was really good at it. He actually called out every status in the Canterbury Tales, and it advanced humanity. So yeah, I'm for it. I'm all about being a jester, and even if it is a tool of a king, I would be a tool of the king. So what? As long as I'm doing good for humanity, I'm all about it.
Just don't be a tool. I mean, I guess that's what we come from it. You can be a tool for the king, just don't be a tool.
With me tonight, record good of me, so give me lots of money, and everything's gonna be. Well, I've never been paid for being a jester, so I guess I don't really know. I was paid as an analyst.
Don't be a sellout.
Oh, and FYI,
if you're a good jester, you actually get the ear of the king.
FYI.
Super Bowl halftime show is a remake of Alice in Wonderland.
There's no wedding in Alice.
Yes, there was.
There was.
Alice was to be married, and she ran away from her betrothed and followed the rabbit down the rabbit hole.
That's the original story.
Oh, okay.
Lady Gaga had on the exact same blue dress that Alice does.
Okay.
Bad Bunny had on a complete white outfit.
Mhm.
There is the hedge maze.
Yes.
There was a hedge maze in the Super Bowl. It was all a play on Alice in Wonderland. Every bit of it, start to finish.
Well, it was a good production.
For what we could see, it was glitchy.
Yeah, we watched it live at a glitchy house.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw across the board that a lot of people were having glitchy issues. Something.
Shannon, do you have on gloves?
No, I have my hands in my.
Oh, I'm like, are you so cold you're wearing gloves, child? I bought new pajamas tonight, and other than washing these pajamas, I may never get out of them again.
Pajamas like that.
Those must be really good pajamas. I'm a big fan. That's
I never buy myself anything, and I had, y'all. I know we're kind of we can take a break from the Schmepstein files.
Yeah,
it sounds okay to me.
I never go to town. I never leave the house. And guess what? Tomorrow is picture day. You know how excited I am about that. Well, the outfit one had been bought for did not fit. She could not zip said outfit up. And I had to break it to her that you no longer get to go to the little girls department. So we had to go back to the Wally World to find an outfit, which makes my blood curdle to even have to drive in that horrible parking lot.
I got dumped at Disneyland.
But I actually bought me a pair of pajamas. And they look so grandma, but they're so comfortable.
Try to explain to him while we will.
I got a comment. I would get told what to say by the king. Yeah. So what you do is you test the audience on the king too. That's how I would utilize my power there. If you have the ear of the king.
I don't think you get the point. There is no power in
the
jester.
I would die.
Yeah.
They would be executed as a jester.
Speaking of Alice in Wonderland.
But I would do my best. Off the head.
See, I would be the town crier outside, screaming at the top of my lungs, they're eating all the children.
You know how many times I have wanted to literally make a sign that says, it's people out in front of the.
I just got told that I was going to end up on the People of Walmart website because somebody texted me. Thank you very much, sir. I was dressed very normal when I went there. I had on blue jeans and a t-shirt that said same B word, different day.
Yeah.
I live off of my sarcastic t-shirts. Same B word, different day.
That's a very good processing tool.
It is. It is.
I had one that said, document my code. That's why they call it code. Because that was exactly the job I was told to do.
Well, see, I think I'm gonna make me a t-shirt that just has the QR code on the back of it. People are nosy now, so they want to scan the QR code. And when you scan it, it's gonna be like, buy me a drink. Kind of like our buy me a coffee thing. I'm just gonna put a QR code on my back, like buy me a drink.
Oh, but you can also play the song "Never Gonna Give You Up." Never gonna
Oh,
give
so
you-
you
Rick
can
roll.
roll.
Yeah,
Yes!
Rick roll.
Oh my
Add that.
son used to be so obsessed with that. I had no idea what it was for.
See, I used to tell Willie when we went on vacation, we should ride across the back of the car like just married or just divorced or something. Buy me a drink and give them your Cash App tag.
Not bad. You have to update it every week so it looks new. Because
Yeah.
a 3-month-old looking, I just got married, doesn't sell.
Oh no, honey, I got a Cricut machine. We can make them in bulk. We can make them in a new color every time.
You know what? There you go. That's a fundraising tool. That's how you get elected.
See, we need to make
That's how
him
you get elected. I don't want to be elected because me, I would set it all on fire and burn it down.
we need to make him a Care Bear character now. He gets one. What would be yours?
She got Roxy.
She's Switchblade. I'm a microphone. What would you be?
X-Men character.
No, not X-Men. Care Bear.
Care Bear.
Care Bear still.
I'm not very familiar with the Care Bear.
He appears to be too tall for a Care Bear.
I mean, there wasn't one like a rainbow one, right? There's a rainbow one? Rainbows are.
The hand. I can't. Care Bears. Care
Yeah,
Bears.
There's a rainbow one.
As a matter of fact,
There
the
was a
tattoo
rainbow.
artist will be here within the next couple of weeks to install my new Care Bear tattoo.
Oh,
I
wow.
will send you the artwork.
Now I need a Care Bear tattoo. Dang it.
Mine's
You don't
purple,
know yet?
and it has mine's gonna be a purple Care Bear with a black leather jacket with a knife in hand.
This is my newest one. It is God's prayer of blessing in Paleo Hebrew on an ancient scroll. I know it's kind of hard to tell. But this way, every time I extend my hand, I'm extending God's blessings upon you.
Lovely. They're gonna see a bear with a knife.
Switchblade to be exact.
Exactly. No, see, I have some interesting tattoos. I actually have a burnout mark on my arm, and it's well, it's from drag racing. It was one of the last burnouts that I actually took a picture of where I launched from the launch pad at the drag strip. And I was with my dad before I lost him and I had the picture. So I had the picture flipped over and it looks like somebody put a motorcycle tire and did a burnout on my arm.
Whoa.
It's a really cool tattoo though.
That's great.
Oh,
I mean, you can see tire treads and all. It's real realistic looking. Yeah.
that's cool.
You know, I have a dent on my car. I've been thinking about like putting a decal of an animal on it. Like,
We could just make you a band-aid,
I like band-aids.
like a huge band-aid
Oh,
over your dent.
It would have to be like
I
2
love
feet,
that.
2 feet big.
But you have to put like
My bad.
Offended by the comedy cabal or like some stupid like.
Oh, we have to
thing
add
on it.
words to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to add something.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and a
Yeah.
QR code so they can see my booty pics.
So okay, let me
These are booty pigs.
just give you guys a little rundown. So I've been in performance stuff all my life. You all know this. I never did stand-up comedy in my life. I loved it my entire life. Always thought like some of my favorite comedians are like, Lucille Ball and stuff. I know everyone's evil guys, but they at least were fun. And I love Lucy. Come on. Anyways,
It's hard not to.
they brought me into their comedy group. And I do all right, but I'm a little weird. I'm not like your typical comic, okay? I don't talk about.
Oh my God, Shannon, are you weird?
I'm weird, right?
weird.
Who knew, right?
We didn't know.
Wow.
I
Breaking
mean,
news.
look, my tinfoil
Wait,
hat.
we need to poll the audience to make sure we're.
Everybody has it.
I'm special. I'm special, okay? Short bus style. Anyways, I am not. I'm not a normal comic. But you know what? This fool decided to name this comedy group because he in turn was trying to make fun of me because of all the things I've been telling him over the years, like Pizzagate and all this fun stuff that we're talking about.
This is a good one.
Yeah. So it's the comedy cabal, guys. I'm in a cabal.
It's a comedy cabal. And right underneath that, our tagline is we are not a cult.
We are
See,
not.
wait a minute now. I got an answer for Snowball here. He says you just can't pull up at the Eyes Wide Shut party in a hoopty with a 2-foot dent. Yes, you can. We can tell him Kim Kardashian's ass hit it.
See, we can get a print of hers and stick it on there. There you go.
If I got invited, I'd rent a car.
Where's your ticket in?
That's my ticket in.
Actually, Cat Williams spilled the beans last night. He said you don't actually get to pull your car up to said party. He said you have to meet in a parking lot, and they have buses that shuttle them up and shuttle them down. So the only people that are going to see the big dent in your hoopty are the ones at the shuttle bus lot.
Thank you.
We will park it in the back.
I will park.
We'll rent you an Uber for the day.
Park my car with a help. Not the victims. Their cars are different. Well, they don't even have cars.
We'll get you a limo to pull up in the parking lot. But the only way you get to go is if you get to spy for us. Just hopefully they don't catch you and sacrifice
So
you.
if let's pretend if a friend of mine had a roommate that worked for, say, a secret police organization hired by the federal government, that would be a good resource potentially.
I think that's a very, very interesting road to go.
So is Ryan volunteering his tribute to
That's
go
what
inside?
I'm like, are you gonna?
Hey, my new haircut might get me in.
I don't
my
know.
Haircut, my age, the fact that I've been vague on the internet and worked for a corporation.
You might want to select which leg of this inside investigation, because I don't think you want to go to a Diddy party, buddy.
Yeah, you would have to protect your orifice.
What if I just said I'm just mutilated down there. I can't.
That might spur some interest. I would not go there.
I don't think Ryan is our super secret inside asset at this point.
We're gonna have to hire someone. Inconspicuous.
Can I be in their ear though? Like, oh, hey.
Yeah, you could be the. No, I don't know.
Ask them where you bought those shoes.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
He just wants to be in the surveillance van.
Oh yeah, you don't give me a mic.
I think Roxy gets that one, and I get to be the plus one.
Okay.
Now
we're gonna be a couple, Shannon. I mean, this.
No, I mean the plus one to whoever else. You're the
in the ear. No, you're the ear.
Yeah, you're the one giving the orders, and I'm the one distracting everyone and letting.
You're making a scene.
I think we're way in the weeds.
No, I think it's gonna work.
No, we're not. Because I'm sitting in the parking lot down below where y'all got on the shuttle bus, but I did not come in a hoopty. I was driving the General Lee.
The General Lee is a good masking tool.
Oh,
and we're gonna all the way through that building.
I would end up, down in the underground saving all the children. Well,
yeah,
maybe the other person is distracted.
See, I'll be the distraction. I'll drive the General Lee and cut donuts in the parking lot.
There we go.
Me going to that party is as likely as me stealing a car, so I'm just gonna steal a car. What? I'm not doing either. But I mean, I'm not taking my car. Come on. Cat Williams. You said Cat Williams. Cat Williams said one of the funniest lines I ever heard. He's like, "You have this gun, and it's not yours." He's like, "Yeah, why am I gonna shoot somebody with my gun? like blank, blank, blank. Come find me." That's quoted. I didn't make it's quoted. Yeah, it's Cat Williams. I promise. I remember his stand-up. He was a very funny guy.
Oh, let me tell you about an incident where we went to see Cat Williams last year. Me and Willie and my sister and my brother-in-law went to a Coliseum to see Cat. We went to the concert. I actually complained at my sister sitting beside me one time because she had spent 45 minutes of this with her phone up, watching it through the phone, not watching the
Oh.
performance. So I actually made a comment to her. I'm like, put that thing down and watch the show. We went back a month or so later to like exchange some videos with each other. Everything that you had, if he spoke in it, it was wiped off of our phones. There were no videos of it left. This was pre Diddy, pre Shannon Sharp. He was up on the stage saying the quiet parts out loud. And a month later, none of us had any record of any video of anything he said at said event. They wiped our phones.
That happened to me at Disney World. Sorry, it's Disney World. I'm just gonna say out loud. Yeah, it happened to me at Disney World.
Well, I know the tech exists.
That happens.
They can wipe stuff.
Oh yeah, they do.
Because the first place now you're saving all your videos is online. That's the easiest place to get.
Look, there are.
But if you remove it off of that device, they can't find it.
There are so many videos out there, guys, of people who have stayed at Disney World in their resorts and all say they feel like they've been watched like by cameras the whole entire time in their room. And I can attest to you that is a 100% accurate thing, along with microphones. So if you do go to these resorts, just know that every single thing is being recorded.
Well, it's not just resorts anymore. You got to worry about every Airbnb and every hotel room you check into.
Oh, man. I bet you the security guards kept rewatching me being dumped at Disneyland over and over. Yeah, I got dumped at Disneyland. In line for, like, It's a Small World.
Oh, dumped.
Yeah. From, like, I was in love. Anyway. Well, I haven't been back really much since.
Why do people keep calling it that?
But then, I mean, if it's all videoed, then it's going to... That's probably why I never got invited to those parties. It's because everyone already saw me getting dumped and like looking like a fool. I took that little light up rose and ended up throwing it away like a sad sack. Whatever.
Lord have mercy.
You know the electronic music, like the from the electric parade they did. Yeah, that's like a funeral dirge to me. It's one of the saddest things because I was playing in the background. She's like, I just want to hang out with my friends. What? Did I go off too long?
It's we all get our soapbox moments.
I'm
not necessarily be.
I'm setting down.
Shiny objects are liable to run through the set at any moment. Squirrel.
Someone said Disneyland.
I know. Look,
you said Wally World, and that's another name I use for Disneyland. So that's how I got there. Anyway, don't eat. Hey, I love artichokes, but don't eat the thorny part.
We are so extra entertaining tonight, aren't we?
We are always extra, but tonight we are cranked up, folks. We are cranked up.
Okay. So before we leave tonight, I would like to get back into at least one more, tidbit. And I know we ended up a little bit on the subject of the Book of Enoch and how far into that kind of stuff but we didn't really finish that a little bit. So maybe you could just kind of give a rundown of the basics that so we might be able to help fill in some gaps.
Okay. I know there's a book called Enoch. I know there's giants in it. I think unicorns are in it. And yeah, that's about it. So
you mean chimeras, maybe?
Chimeras? No, they don't sound anything alike. Chimera and unicorn, two very different words. So, yeah, let's go with chimera though. Make me sound smarter because I was an idiot there. Yeah. I don't know what I haven't read all of Enoch.
This is why I asked. I'm not an idiot for not knowing this, right? Right? This is where we know what level, at least the general, I know most people have heard of the Book of Enoch, even now in a general public sense, but how much do you really know or understand, or how much do you really even care? Because this is kind of like the stuff that all the Epstein files is really kind of touching in on, is this continuation of this whole storyline from the beginnings of back then, right? There's nothing new under the sun.
Sure. Yep.
So that, in essence, is kind of an important question. I'm not saying you literally represent the entirety of the general public, but you at least knowing where your middle ground is and how your skepticism and your questioning everything. Do you feel that you or the general public has some kind of a grasp that the Book of Enoch has, basis in reality? God, I really took a long time to say that. Sorry.
I imagine it as something that was written about the best way those people can describe whatever they saw. And I wouldn't be surprised if they embellished stuff in order to sell tickets. They, like churches back then, really needed people in the seats. Talking about magical warriors and stuff like that would be a good way to keep those people coming back. I don't judge them, because the lessons behind them were all very important.
So you're on the Joseph Campbell train.
I don't
Joseph
know who that
Campbell is an author, I think a philosopher, but he's his objective of study is mythology and stories, like basically what you said, that these were just stories to depict certain themes that they didn't know how to really portray, with what they saw, and they embellished them basically, but to tell like morals and things along
a very human thing to do.
So you're on the Joseph Campbell train. Okay. So do you think that's kind of where most of the general population lies, like mythology, the historical giants in the Bible, all of these things is more of a basis of a story?
I think if people actually read as much of the Bible as I have independently.
I mean, you're talking to that.
And
I mean,
and also been to church a lot. Okay. I think that it's both. Like they I don't know, man. When I like the modern Christian right now, they're reading this much of the Bible ever almost. Right. They listen to whatever they're being told, and now they're being told how to vote, and now they're being told how to feel about another human, even though it's already in the book.
Okay.
Like it's already in the book. Be kind. Turn the other cheek. Be a gift to humanity, because that is God's gift. It's all right there.
But again, I want you to take into concept that everything you've ever learned from that book about how you were supposed to be or how we were supposed to behave or act, you got to remember that has been selectively edited by the baby eaters. Is the best way I can put it to make it realistic to everybody.
Congress, where they chose what was in and out of the Bible.
Are you talking about the Council of Nicaea?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Who do you think ran that? That was the Constantine crew. Now, Constantine took his sun worshipping, Roman, pagan aspects and mixed them in with the newfound Christian movement that was going through his military. And in order to save his butt and to keep his military in line, he comes out and says, "Oh, I'm Christian, guys. I believe in the resurrected Jesus. Yep. But we're gonna mix in the pagan ideals in with what really happened, so that way everybody can adhere to it, and we're going to call it Roman Catholicism." Okay. And so then they create a council to decide what should be canonized. There's this huge debate for a good 500 years. It's not like we just had one council. It was several of them taking turns of taking out things, adding in things,
books,
embellishing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, and who keeps records of this, guys?
The Ethiopians.
But no, I meant the other guys who are keeping it from us. That would be the Vatican libraries, the ones that no one can touch. It still has books from the Library of Alexandria in it, stuff that all of the museums deny, like, you know, the Nephilim bones and all kinds of other grimoires and ancient, you know, things that we don't get privilege of. They get to keep in their little vaults.
Even in my little bubble of normal news, I saw a theory where the Catholic Church pillaged the entire Library of Alexandria, and no one's been able to read it. Is that not like? Is that how? 100%. I don't know how popular that's gotten.
Because the truth is in there.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, when you hear something and it rings a bell for a reason. And
okay, well, let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. All right. All right.
I know the whole song.
I know you.
We're gonna talk about this man named King James.
Okay. Turn my camera off.
King James version of the Bible. That means he edited the Bible. He instructed holy men to edit and change it. Okay? This man was a blatant homosexual who liked to have orgies where his dogs were kept. His mother, the queen, spoke out against his disgusting behavior of what he liked to do because he had women locked up upstairs as his concubines where he was trying to make an heir. He'd go by them, grape them once a month, keep them fed, but his fun was in his basement with his homo buddies. So when his mother spoke out about his behavior, now this is the man that edited the current version of the Bible that most Christian churches look at. This man's previous 2 books he had written and edited were on demonology and dark things because he swore that a witch was trying to kill him. This is the man that edited the Bible that you read. When his mother spoke out against him, he conspired with his aunt, the Queen of Scots, to have his mother drug out in the street and beheaded because she spoke out against his bestiality and his homosexuality. This is the man that edited the King James version of the Bible. So be real careful about what you read and who edited it. You need to go back to the oldest, most original version you can find it if you want the truth, because it ain't in that book.
Does Duolingo have an Aramaic setting?
Do what?
Aramaic?
Yeah, Aramaic. Isn't that
I don't know.
I don't know.
That'd be weird. I don't think so either. Not a lot of people speak it. I think it's dead.
Well, they've done a lot more study on it now.
Excuse
than
me.
they had in the past, but
well
I think for tonight.
Well, I can go into the King James thing a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So when King James had his council, he went to that Congress was comprised of local ministers who were teaching different books, and the church came in with their recommendations, and then the king did whatever he wanted. He put his name on it, so it's definitely his edit. But the church was powerful enough to where they got there saying, "What book do you think they got in that the king didn't want?"
Tell us.
I'm thinking it would be one of the easy ones, like Matthew would be a good one. The one for kids. It's the most childlike, and they could get away with saying like, "Hey, we gotta teach children like the children's version of," because I was always described to me in the churches I went to as the most like the child book version of the story of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That version is important, and it is. I don't know how different it is from the other books. Does anyone have any notes on that? Because I read them, but I never did an analysis at that level.
Well, considering we already mentioned that there is a verse that's missing.
Oh yeah,
in Matthew.
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand, King James nearly bankrupted his country to publish these books.
Mm-hmm.
That book was published in 1600.
Yeah.
Any version of it that came out after 1599, you could go to prison and be killed for publishing an unedited copy of the Bible. It had to be the King James version or it was illegal to own it. Now, most people back then didn't own a book because most people, his people who would have been his constituents, his community, they couldn't read or write. They
Right.
didn't own books, but you nearly bankrupted your country to edit this book and put one in every household to make sure that it was disseminated across your public because it's the same word of God. You haven't changed it. You haven't changed the rules. There's one thing about history. History is written by the winners. When you break down the etymology of history, it's his story. And from what I understand, he was not a good person that I want to listen to his story.
He completely changed Solomon's seal. And this,
Mhm.
this is something that really bothers me, and something that we just literally discovered. So I, it needs to be said and needs to get out there. But the seal of Solomon that everybody is aware of, everyone believes it's a hexagram, a six-pointed star, or what people consider the Star of David. But David never had a star. He had a shield, but he did not have a star. There was nothing like that associated with him. But you find out in the Ethiopian texts, in the books of the Apocrypha, that it was indeed a pentalpha, which is a five-pointed star. Why would they change that? And I do realize that you see this five-pointed star in a lot of witchcraft and things along those lines, but everything you read about that particular symbol, not the inverted one associated with Satan, we're talking about the regular five-pointed star. It is always associated with protection against demons. So, that being said, why did King James decide to change the seal of Solomon to the Star of Renfam, right? Which is the idolater god, alongside with many other attributes that are not pleasant that we see in the flag today in a well-known country that we're all aware of. Because
Mhm.
because this seal is supposed to be a symbol of the Most High, the Archangel Michael gives this to King Solomon. So if you're changing that to a hexagram from a five-pointed star, what in essence is everyone thinking the Most High is? So that being said, I will let you all process that one because that one's a big one. And yeah, what you have any thoughts on that before we get going?
A little scary.
A little scary.
I mean, there's a lot in there, but yeah, we can go to the comments. There's a lot of talk about the six groups of scholars, it was six group leaders, translated six chapters. Is there six chapters in the Bible? Is that what we landed on? I don't know. I don't count.
66 is what is available in the versions we know, the canonized versions.
Okay.
You get an Ethiopian Bible, it's 88 books.
They still have somebody, a monk, guarding a Bible 100% of the time, 24 hours a day. This person's life is.
Although some say it's the Ark of the Covenant, and some say it's the Bible. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
although I have varying ideas on the Ark of the Covenant stuff, that's I also love Ron Wyatt, so I'm torn on some stuff on that. I need to do more research.
You have to win American Gladiator and know how to see it, I think. There's a test.
Before we go, I need to put this camera on one more time. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I know we kind of threw a lot at you today, and I just wanted to say thank you. I know you guys can't see me yet, but I wanted to say thank you to Ryan for coming on here
It's happy to be here. Thank you.
and letting
This is a fun
us,
opportunity.
have this talk because, not a whole lot of normies are willing to talk to us on camera.
No, they're scared.
I'm happy to be a sacrificial lamb of the normal.
We need to have you on more often.
our first normie sacrifice.
Sounds like fun.
I don't like that word.
No, I don't either.
Our normie inductee.
Yeah.
There you go.
Somebody get that man a tinfoil hat. He's gonna need it.
I want to put on my tinfoil hat on you, but there's still no room.
Ryan.
The fact that we squeeze into the space is phenomenal.
Well, we understand that from this point forward, the world will probably never ever look the same to you again. This is going to be a wild ride. Keep praying, spread kindness, give a stranger a compliment, because it's all about your vibration. You want to get your vibration up. You get that up with gratitude. You get that up with compassion and with caring. So, buckle up, Buttercup.
I appreciate it.
You fixing to get a yep. You might want to
Yeah.
something. Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the yep.
See, I love this
Yep.
because now it's not just me telling you these things.
Yeah. I am outnumbered. But
See, when this originally happened to me, I felt as though somebody had thrown me off of a cliff on this bungee jumping experience, and they forgot to hook my bungee cord up.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of interviews with a very official government figures talking about what's going on with these files, and I'm rattled.
I'm rattled. Even the audience says this poor guy's never gonna be the same again.
I do promise you, I've warmed him up plenty over the years.
I'm okay. Hey, I'll be okay.
He's okay as his head shakes back and forth.
You're right. I did do that. Why is this camera on? I'm just kidding. I wanted to show off my hair too. Like, this is a good haircut. Thank you.
You are new.
I was a long hair. Like, my hair was down to here up until right now.
Mm-hmm.
You were the first people saying it.
Oh no, but he was like, "Oh, here's my previous haircut. We could do something like this," and I'm all, "We need to update this." So I asked, I was like, "Hey, do you really want that, or can I just do what I'm gonna do?" He let me do what I want to do.
Hey Ryan,
Yes.
wait till we have a conversation about time travel.
I'm looking so forward to that. Already.
Let's go. Okay, so yeah, next Thursday.
Sure.
Next Thursday it is. See, I'm enjoying this Shake the Normie. I mean, it's kind of fun.
If I'm invited out, I'll be back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Thursday is now officially Shake the Normies.
At least for this season.
Thank you, Ryan.
This season is Shake the Norm.
And then the Revenge of the Normie. I don't know. And for the sequel, I don't know. I'm just, we'll get there.
Now listen, you've got homework from this Thursday till next Thursday. You're going to need to read Enoch. You must come prepared with a tinfoil hat to be inducted into the club.
That's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
I can help you.
Thank you.
We have pictures of ours. We do.
He's mine right now. It's right there.
I'm a hat guy, but I can't wear a hat because then she just cut my hair.
Yeah.
So
he would be wearing a hat.
And we haven't even spoke to our crowd out there tonight. We got Laura, Snowball, Big E's in the house. Big E is always in the house. I love you, sweetheart. You were always first person in the door. Mike, Super Sniper, as always. Diana was with us for a while, and she said, "Be right back," and she ain't been right back. And Diana, when you go back to listen to this, make sure James is listening, because, buddy, I didn't see you in the comments tonight, and I'm offended.
Hi, James. Hey, what you cooking, James? You got some mac and cheese?
We love James.
Sorry. I hope he's having some mac and cheese. I mean that. Sorry. Way off topic.
Way off topic. All the weeds.
Squirrel.
Okay. Roxy's final words are be kind to a stranger. And I'm going to leave it there because I've already damaged Ryan enough for the night. So I'll probably just be quiet.
You're good, I promise. Well, before we go, I know Roxy put up some of those, buy me a coffee things, but my girl is coming to California, you guys. We
Yep.
need your help to get her out here. I am going to be making her go on so many adventures, and I can't wait. And we're going to film a lot of this. So, get ready. It'll be worth it. The content's going to be off the hook, man.
Yeah, there's going to be
We're going to be together in person.
There's going to be live shows with the East Coast girl on the West Coast. And listen here now. Y'all know I was born down here in the South in the Bible Belt. We got hot rods and moonshine and rednecks. And they sending me out there with the Valley Girls and the Surfers and the Gavin Newsoms. So while I'm there, a fundraiser may need to be started for bail money. Just saying. Just saying.
Laura K, enjoy your mac and cheese. I got that on the comment. I got it. Sorry. Completely off.
Oh, we did good on the giggles tonight, guys. We needed that. Especially with all these intense topics that we're going through on a daily. But my final words to you guys is that I love you. Keep your prayers up. Keep on that armor. We got a great shaking coming up, and we all know we got to be ready, but knowing and getting to that point, sometimes there's a bit of a gap, and we got to pray to seal that gap because it's a lot. And I know Roxy and I and a lot of us on our team have been just overloaded with spiritual information on just like the highest level right now. And, we kind of get a little burnt out and have to go outside and like shake it off a little bit.
Listen, it got so rough today that for the first time in 2 years, I went to Walmart's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my truck doesn't move for weeks at a time unless I'm just like, I can't get anybody else to go get it for me. I don't like the world out there anymore because I just can't tolerate stupid very well. And there's a lot of stupid people in this world.
Well, and that's the thing that, it's important to remember, I mentioned it before, but we got to pray to be able to let go of everything in this world. Because, the way things are going, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in the beast system. I don't find being imprisoned and being part of a hive mind and, DNA detectors sniffing up on me 24/7 everywhere I go, and, digital currency that can be shut off by any second from my mouth opening, which is really good at opening. So, we need to start learning to let go, and we tend to fear loss in this world.
This is the end. This is just the beginning.
Right. And, even in Star Wars, right? Okay. Everyone loves those movies. I mean, what does Yoda tell what's his face? Luke's dad, the bad guy, when he's younger, he tells him your fear of death and not being able to let go of the princess that he's in love with, right? Luke Skywalker's mom, princess, whatever her name is. That is what ends up in turn turning him to the dark side.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate, and hate is
Star Wars is just another way of saying angel wars. This is all what's going on right now. And if you're fearing death, and if you're fearing letting go, that is when you end up turning to the dark side. So just think about that and be ready to let go of this world. Love you guys. And I hope you have the best night ever. And
Hang
thanks
on a minute.
now. What?
I don't know. Big E's got a song there. I'm looking it up. I can't hear
Oh.
get off the screen. So we're gonna have that exit music. That
Oh, neat. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, that sounds great. All right, it was nice to meet everyone that's on here, and thanks for having me. Yeah, and
Am I allowed to
be
end now?
kind, be nice, be kind, be nice, all that. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
want
Go with God, because as your mind expands over the next 48 hours, you are gonna need God.
I'm gonna break my Google.
You gotta break your Google. You might want a VPN. Okay, I got the song now.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Bye.